Hi everyone, in this particular video we are going to discuss about the list data type in Python. So list is a very important topic for interviews related to the Python programming. So we are going to discuss what is list, how it can be used, how we can change the values, how we can update the values, and lot more about list. So when we talk about list, so list is one of the data type that can store multiple values separated with commas, and in case if you wanted to create a list, so you have to use something called as a square bracket. So the square bracket is the first thing that you use to create a list. When we talk about list, it comes under the category of sequence data type. I hope everyone is familiar with sequence data type. Second very important thing about the list is it is mutable in nature. That means if you try to update the values, delete the values, or if you wanted to insert a new value, you can easily do the same thing with list. And a very last and important thing, list has an index position. So that means if you store 3, 4, 10 elements, so they have each element have a separate index position. So in this video, let's try to create a list and let's try to see what are the different functionalities which are available with the list. Now to work with list, first of all, you can create any variable. So we are creating a variable name as my list, and I am creating with some values assuming like 10, 20, 30 and so on. Okay. Now if you wanted to check how many number of elements that are present into the list, so simply you have to use the method called length. So length method will give you the number of elements that are present in the list. So we have only 3 elements, 10, 20 and 30. So it will return as 3. Okay. Similarly, if you wish to get any element, so you can do it with the help of index position. And we know like the index, there are two index position, one is a positive index and the another one is a negative index. So for positive index, you can simply call my list of 0. So you will get the value as 10. Now similarly, if you are able to get the elements, you can also update this value. So if I wish to update this value from 10 to something else, let's say if I wanted to make it as 99, I can easily do the same thing. Now you will realize when I try to update this value based on 0 index to 99, now the new list will be made as 99, 20 and 30. So this element 10 has been updated with the value of 99. Okay. Now similarly, in case if you wish to insert an element, so for inserting an element we have multiple options. The first very simple option we have is using append. Okay. Now do remember, append is basically a function which will take only one value. Okay, either it could be dictionary, either it could be a list itself, either it could be an integer value, it could be anything. Okay, so if I provide the value, let's say 60, so it is going to insert the value as 60. So if I just try to show you, so you will see you will get only one element, that is 60. So the 60 will be inserted at the last. Do remember one thing more, so append can only insert one element at a time. Okay, in case if you wish to insert multiple elements, so you can use something called as a extend method. So the extend method is a method which will take multiple values. Okay, or you in simple terms, it will take some iterables, okay, or iterables to insert the value. So in case if I pass on a list which contain, let's say, the element as a and b, so what will happen? So this list which has a value a and b will be appended or will be added to my list one by one. So you will have a new element as 99, 20, 30 and 60, which is already available. And now you will also have two more elements, that is a and b. So a and b will be the individual elements. If I just try to see, they are the individual elements. Similarly, in case if you wish to delete an element, you have multiple options to do so. You can simply call mylist.pop, and if you just simply use pop, so what will happen? The last element will be deleted. And what is the last element right now? So the last element in my list is b. So if I just try to print my list at this moment, so the element b will be deleted, correct? So in the pop, you can also pass on an index position. Similarly, you have one more technique to delete an element using a keyword called del. So the del help us to remove the memory reference. So in case if you wish to delete a particular element, you can delete its reference. And for deleting the reference, you have to call mylist and the element, the index position of an element. So if I pass on 0, so whatever elements we have on 0 index, that will be deleted for me. So right now I have the value 99 on the 0 index, so it will be deleted. So if you see that 99 has been deleted. Similarly, if you wish to insert a element at a specific position, so if you see on the 0 index we have a 20, on the first index we have 30. Now in case I wanted to insert the element on the first position, so rather than 30 it should be something else. So I can simply use my list dot something called as insert. Now with the insert you have to simply call the position and the values you wanted to insert. So let's say if I wanted to insert my name as Tushar, and if I just try to print this value, I should be able to get the answer as Tushar. Now the final result, the final list will be 20, then the answer will be Tushar, and all the elements are being shifted to the right. So if you see earlier on this 30 was present on the index position 1, now it has been shifted to the index position of 2. Okay, so you have inserted the element and all the elements has been shifted to the right side. Now there are a lot of functionalities, like if in case you have a list, you wanted to count how many times a certain element is present, you can also do the same thing. So if you see, if we have a function called mylist.count, and in the count if you pass on an element, let's say 20, so in the list I wanted to count this 20 is available how many number of time. So it is present only one time, so it has given me 1. If it is present 2 times, it will give you 2. Okay, so the count is a function which will give you the frequency, the occurrence of each element. Okay, now similarly there are a lot more functionalities which are available with the list, and how you can find it out, what are the different functions which are available. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply go with something called as the help. Okay, so you can use a help function. It will basically give you a basic message or a documentation related to your variable, okay, or related to the Python object. So what is the Python object that we are using? That is list. So if I pass on the variable of my list, so it will give you the documentation related to the list. So you see we have a copy, count, extend, index. So there are a lot more functionalities which is available. So you can just go through all this function, like sorting will help you to sort the values in ascending or descending order. Reverse will help me to reverse the values. Remove will help me to delete an element. So in the remove we pass on an element. Pop we have already discussed. Insert is we have already discussed. Index is used to find out the position of an element. Extend we have already discussed. So a lot of functionalities we have already discussed right now. So I will suggest just go through these functionalities, give them a hands-on idea. Okay, try to work upon this, and pretty much functionalities will be made clear to you. So in the upcoming session we'll be discussing about the functions which is available with some other data types like lists, with tuples, with dictionary, with sets, and then we will start solving the problems. Okay, we'll start solving the problems on lead code or hacker rank, so that we should have a clear understanding about the problem solving. Okay, so just give a hands-on to all these functions which are available. Okay, work upon this. Try to like go through these topics. Okay, they are very simple topics, they are very simple function. Okay, each have their specific meaning. So work with this, try to manipulate the values, try to change this value, and you will have a clear picture on the same. So I hope you enjoy this particular video. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and feel free to put any opinion in the comment section. Thank you guys, have a great day, enjoy.